Hello, this next video will be on Linux Mint 17. The video will be on how to configure your updates on Linux Mint 17. So let's get started. Let me go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. In our last video we went over how to install Linux Mint 17 on your computer system. So now that we have it all installed, and when we did that, the welcome screen came on, and I showed you how to take it off so that the next time you boot up your Linux Mint 17, it doesn't come back on. If at a later date you decide you want to go ahead and put the welcome screen back on, you do that from the control panel or the control system. So let's go ahead and go there. That's evidently also where you're going to be configuring your updates. So to get there, you go down to it's called the Control Center. It's basically the same thing as the control panel on your Windows machine. This is where you would go to make a majority of the configuration for your Linux Mint. So what we're going to do, let me zoom in just a little bit more. With our left mouse button, we're going to come down to the menu button, left click on it, and then we're going to go to Control Center. Left click on Control Center, and this comes up, and it has several sections. You have Personal section, you have Internet and Network section, Hardware, System, and Others. Now, for the welcome screen, you can come over here to the Personal area, and there's the welcome screen. You just left click on that, it comes up, and if you want the welcome screen to come up every time that you boot into your system, then you choose Show this dialog at startup. Alright, so we'll go ahead and close that. And what we'll start out with is we'll go down, we're going to go ahead and configure our updates on this. So the first thing you want to do is configure the repositories. That's where the updates for Linux Mint 17 is going to come from. Repositories are just databases that contain software packages. And the software packages for Linux Mint 17 are usually free. If they do cost anything, they'll let you know just before you download it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to update our packages or our repositories. You come down here to the System section. You can highlight it. You don't have to highlight it, but you come down here and you choose Software Sources. You left click on Software Sources. Put in your password. Okay, and you have these buttons right here. The first one, the first one that it's on is for the software repositories. You have the main repository, then you have base repository, and then if you want, you can choose backported packages and unstable packages. I normally choose these two as well. Okay, go ahead and do that. Alright, and then you come down here, let's go to additional repositories. This right here is for if you want to install something from your CD or your DVD. So you can choose that, and you can choose archive as well. Okay, come down here to maintenance. There's nothing else to choose. Okay. Also enable source code repositories. Alright, we're done with that. And then after you've made all of your selections, you choose update the cache. And it will go ahead and update all the selections that you just made. Once again, repositories, those are the databases that hold all of your software packages for Linux Mint 17. There are going to be a few of them that are out of date. Okay, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and go down to the bottom, click close, and now you're good to go. Okay, so now you can go ahead and close out of this. And then you can come down to where it says Update Manager. It's in the same section as Software Sources. You left click on Update Manager. Okay, and let's see, you go from here to Preferences, left click on Preferences, and this right here is going to tell you where you can choose all of your updates. Alright, you can choose Safe and Visible. These are repositories. Let's see, certified packages tested through Romeo or directly maintained by Linux Mint. You definitely want them. Alright, recommended packages tested and approved by Linux Mint. You definitely want both of them. Okay, safe packages not tested but believed to be safe. You can go ahead and do that too. That'll be a personal choice. You may choose not to do that. The rest of them I leave blank. Then you come down here, always show security updates, always select and trust security updates. You can go ahead and choose that as well. Click the apply button. You'll have a mini update, or you'll have several updates in here. I normally highlight them and then choose install updates. I'm not going to do that right now. You can also, if you have more than one, you can also choose select all and then install updates. Okay, once you've made your selection and everything has been updated, you can go ahead and close that. Alright, let's see, and that will be it as far as doing your updates. Okay, the other thing that you'll want to do, you might want to go ahead and make adjustments to your screensaver. That'll be in the personal section. You come over here to the screensaver, left click that. You can choose blank, random, or whatever you want. You can come down here. You can activate or deactivate your screensaver and choose whether or not to lock the screen if you want to. I normally deactivate everything. Now if you got a kid at home or you're at work or you got somebody that you don't want to be on the computer even when you're not around, choosing the screensaver is going to be a pretty good thing, especially locking it. That way you're the only one that has access to it. The other thing that you may want to do is configure your power management. Okay, this is for if you have AC, when you have it connected to an AC power. If you're using a desktop if you're using a desktop computer, then this is the only option you'll be using. And I usually don't activate sleep mode. I don't spin down the hard drives, and I normally don't let the display sleep. I normally choose never for everything. And then under general, you know, when you press the power button, I usually choose ask me. And when the suspended button is pressed, I normally don't do anything with that. And if you have a laptop, then you may want to choose one of these. Choose only display an icon when the battery is present. Otherwise, if I'm on the desktop right now, I normally don't choose anything. And then you just click close. And you close out of that. And then if you decide you want to configure some other things, you go ahead and come to Control Center, and you can control the majority of your computer system from here. Alright, so that concludes this video. We are done with this lesson. Stay tuned for other lessons on how to configure and use Linux Mint 17. Thank you very much, and you have a good day.